already exist. In the UK, a project linking fish and plant production is already underway. I want you to have a look at this. It may not seem much, but that's where some pioneering work is going on in sustainable food production. They call it aquaponics, and this is the only place in Europe that does it. Now, Charlie, all I know about all of this is what it's called, aquaponics. You'd better tell me what's going on here.
Well, aquaponics is the integration of aquaculture, or fish farming, with hydroponics, which is growing plants without soil in water.
So where's the start point?
Well, the start point would originate from the fish themselves.
Okay.
We take the fish wastes and recirculate them through the system. The wastes from those fish are providing a nutrient source for the plants.
Okay.
And the plants are in turn filtering the water for the fish.
So, Charlie, in simple terms, you've got all these fish and they're producing a load of fish poo.
Exactly.
And you've got to clean that
Yes.
into something that the plants can use.
Exactly,
And,
yeah.
and that's what's going on here.
Exactly.
So these plants, basically, are growing in fish water.
Yeah.
Are people actually going to want to eat lettuce grown in fish water?
Well, I don't think that they know the difference.
Really? There's no taste difference?
Absolutely.
The lettuce tastes like lettuce grown in the soil?
Exactly. Well, you can try some for yourself in a minute.
And what about the fish, then?
Well, they do taste fishy.
Actually, smell absolutely fantastic. Shall we try this?
Absolutely, yeah.
This is what you could call a virtuous cycle. Tastes like lettuce. It tastes absolutely delicious. The fish feed the plants clean the water for the fish, and offcuts from the plants are put in wormeries, which in turn become food for the fish. It's a good example of sustainable food production in action. But the big question is whether aquaponics could ever provide food on the scale we need. I mean, I can see that it works, and it tastes good, it tastes all of that, but is it something that's going to feed Britain?
Well, it has that potential. It's more suited to being replicated geographically on a local, small scale than competing with the Dutch large greenhouses.
So something like this aquaponics, it's not going to supply a huge supermarket chain. It's more likely to supply, I don't know, a school or a hospital, something like that.
Yeah, or direct to end users. A system such as this might feed into a local school and 4, 5, 10 different outlets, such as delis or small supermarkets. And the diverse range of production that a system like this can produce really lends itself to being put back into communities rather than sourcing food from supermarkets.
Yes, it's quite the opposite to this kind of mass production line of food that comes from all over the world. This is produced locally and eaten locally.
Exactly.
So, aquaponics may not be the solution to a global food crisis, but perhaps that's the whole point. We might have to look at a variety of answers. What I've become convinced about on my travels around the world is that we face serious challenges in the years ahead, keeping up with the ever-increasing demand for food. From India to Cuba, from Mexico to right here in Senegal, the message is clear. We're using up the world's resources faster than they can be replaced.
There is only one planet, there is only limited amount of the resources we use. If we keep growing as we are, we'll need 2 or 3 planets, never mind one.